right, so you ready to like really get into it today?
Oh, yeah. Always ready for a deep dive.
This one's going deep into heavy metal territory.
All right, love it.
Yeah, we're talking Iron Maiden today.
Okay, cool.
And we got a request, actually, to cover them, but it was pretty open-ended.
Oh,
So not like specific books or articles this time.
So just the band itself?
Yeah, pretty much. It's more about like exploring, you know, what makes Iron Maiden, well, Iron Maiden.
Yeah, their impact and everything, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this could be kind of free-flowing.
Sounds good.
I'm actually really excited about this one.
Yeah.
My first encounter with Iron Maiden, I think it was like their album artwork, you know?
Oh, wow, yeah.
That was intense, seeing Eddie for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
I knew right away this was not like, you know...
Your average band.
Yeah, not your average band. Haha.
Definitely not.
But to really understand their impact, I think maybe we should start with some background.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you know, the basics.
Totally. So Iron Maiden, they kind of burst onto the scene, I'd say mid-1970s.
Okay.
Part of that really energetic East London heavy metal scene.
Gotcha.
Bassist Steve Harris, he's the main songwriter,
Yep.
kind of the mastermind behind it all, really. And they pretty quickly rose to the top of what's called like the new wave of British heavy metal.
Okay.
And their influence has been pretty massive.
Oh, wow.
I mean, think of it like the impact of punk rock, but instead of mohawks, it's leather and studs.
Okay, so they like helped shape a whole subgenre of metal.
Totally.
That's wild.
Yeah, and it wasn't just about being like loud and fast, Iron Maiden. They brought this like real complexity to heavy metal.
Okay.
You hear it in those like twin guitar harmonies.
Yeah.
They really like perfected that sound, you know?
Yep.
Like think about a song like Hallowed Be Thy Name. The way those guitars intertwine, it's just magical.
Yeah.
And then you got Steve Harris's bass lines.
Oh, yeah.
They're not just background, you know? They're driving the song with this like galloping rhythm.
It's true.
That gets right into your bones.
I've always thought of heavy metal as like very guitar focused.
Yeah.
But you're right. The bass in Iron Maiden really stands out.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like another lead instrument.
Totally.
And of course, you can't talk about Iron Maiden without Bruce Dickinson's vocals.
Yeah.
That range, that power.
It's insane.
And almost operatic.
It really is. Dickinson's vocals, they're like a force of nature, you know?
Totally.
He can go from like a menacing growl to these soaring high notes.
Oh, yeah.
And all within the same song.
Yeah.
And you combine that versatility with those really distinct musical elements we talked about, creates this sound that's like undeniably Iron Maiden.
Yeah, it's true. And that sound has clearly resonated with a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. Huge fan base.
We mentioned their global fan base earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it is about Iron Maiden that connects with like so many different cultures and generations?
Well, I think part of it is their like sheer dedication to their fans, you know?
Oh, okay.
They're known for their relentless touring schedule.
Yeah, I've heard that.
These guys go everywhere to play for their fans all over the world. They don't just stick to the major cities or anything.
Right.
And their live shows, they're legendary.
Oh, yeah.
Pyrotechnics, elaborate stage sets, and of course,
Eddie.
Eddie makes an appearance, or several.
Okay, we have to talk about Eddie.
Uh-huh, yeah.
He's like the band's 5th member at this point.
Basically.
I've seen him on everything from T-shirts to tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
What is it about this like zombie mascot that's become so iconic?
Well, I mean, he's definitely unique.
Yeah.
Eddie's this like ever-evolving figure, you know? Sometimes he's a zombie, sometimes a cyborg.
Right.
Always kind of terrifying.
Uh-huh.
But with a dark sense of humor.
Yeah.
He first appeared on their debut album cover
Okay.
back in 1980.
Gotcha.
And he's been a staple ever since. He's on every album cover in their stage shows.
Right.
And on mountains of merchandise.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, we're talking everything from like posters and T-shirts to Iron Maiden branded beer.
Okay.
And even airplanes.
Wait, hold on. Airplanes?
Yeah.
Like they have their own Iron Maiden airplanes?
Yeah.
What?
They actually have a Boeing 747
Oh, my God.
with Eddie painted on the side.
Wow.
Which they've used to tour the world.
No way.
It's called Ed Force One.
Ed Force One, of course. That's amazing.
Talk about making a statement.
Sweet.
There's a testament to their global reach, you know?
Yeah.
And their commitment to like connecting with fans on a massive scale.
That's so cool. All right, color me impressed. Ed Force One.
It's pretty awesome.
But it's not just about the spectacle, right? Their music goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that their lyrics often explore Like history, literature, even mythology.
Yeah, exactly. They're not afraid to tackle these, like, complex themes. Like one of their most famous songs, The Trooper.
Right.
It's based on the Charge of the Light Brigade during the Crimean War.
Oh, wow.
Not exactly your typical heavy metal subject matter.
Yeah, not really.
But they weave these historical events and literary references into their music to create these, like, epic storytelling experiences.
The Crimean War, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
It makes you think about what draws them to those kinds of stories.
For sure.
What other examples come to mind?
Well, you have Rime of the Ancient Mariner,
Okay.
which is based on the Samuel Taylor Coleridge poem.
Right.
It's a 13-minute epic.
Wow.
Full of these dramatic shifts and haunting imagery.
Oh, yeah?
And then there's Alexander the Great,
Okay.
a powerful track that chronicles the life and conquests of the Macedonian king.
It's like they're giving you a history lesson and a literature class and a heavy metal concert all at the same time.
All in one.
It's no wonder they have such a devoted following. So they've managed to do all of this while remaining fiercely independent.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They haven't compromised their vision for commercial success or anything.
No, they were pioneers in that DIY approach, you know?
Yeah.
They formed their own record label, Iron Maiden Holdings.
Wow.
So they have complete control over their music and how it's released.
Yeah.
And they've always managed their own tours, too.
Really?
Which gives them that direct connection to their fans.
But they're not just musical innovators, they're industry innovators as well.
Yeah, I think so.
That's incredible.
And it's all part of that rebellious spirit they embody, you know?
Yeah.
That independent streak, the willingness to do things their own way.
Right.
It's a big part of their appeal.
Yeah, it's that authenticity, I think, that shines through.
Totally.
They're not following trends.
Nope.
They're setting them.
Exactly.
So we've talked about their unique sound, their lyrical depths, their incredible stage shows, their devoted fan base, and their independent spirit. It's clear that Iron Maiden is much more than just a heavy metal band.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They're like a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
They've inspired countless other musicians. They've created a world of their own with Eddie and their stage productions.
Right.
And most importantly, they've connected with millions of fans on a really personal level.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The power of music to
Truly.
bring people together, to inspire, to challenge, to transport you to another world.
It's powerful.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of Iron Maiden, we're left with one final thought-provoking question for you.
Okay.
If you were to introduce someone to Iron Maiden for the very first time, what song would you choose and why?
That's a good one.
Think about the song that encapsulates their essence, their sound, their spirit.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us on this journey into the heart of heavy metal.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, see you next time.
Sounds good.